everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're new here, my name is Holly. I make food and fitness content, and if you're not new here, welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday. I hope you have had an incredible week. It's been the week of love. I hope you had a great Valentine's Day, whether you spent that alone. I feel like alone is not the right word. Whether you spent it single or whether you spent it in a relationship, I hope you had a great time. I personally am actually filming this on Valentine's Day. It's currently Valentine's Day today, so I'm gonna film this video and I'm actually gonna head out and I'm gonna buy myself some flowers because I feel like actually quite empowered being single on Valentine's Day. I'm like, I don't need anyone. Like, I'm just gonna go and buy my own flowers. I'm gonna have a day to myself. I'm gonna go for dinner with a friend later. Like, it doesn't have to be about romantic relationships or like a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I think it can be about celebrating friendships and all of those kind of things. Anyway, not the point of this week's video. This week's video, I have been craving doing one of these videos, and I always get quite a lot of questions on like products that I use, things that I love. So I thought, why don't we just cram it into one big video? I'm gonna be talking you guys through my ride or die products. When I say ride or die, I mean I made space for these things in my suitcase. These are products I use basically every single day. I couldn't live without. If I don't have them, I go into a fit of rage and my whole day is ruined. Those kind of products. And I've broken it down into different categories. So we're gonna do like hair care, makeup, skincare, some running ones, nutrition ones. And then at the end, I'm gonna do like 3 tips or habits that I feel genuinely like impact my life and make such a big difference, because I don't want this just to be focused on material things. And if anybody is saving money and doesn't want to spend any money on these items, hopefully the 3 tips at the end you can also implement into your life, and hopefully they'll have just as much of a positive impact. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. We're going to start with hair care. When I tell you my hair care requirements are so specific because of the fact that I have curly frizzy hair, but I also have straight hair extensions. So I need products. Oh, and I also bleach my hair. So I need products that are gonna help repair and protect my hair from the bleach, but also now from the sun. When it's out in the sun all the time, it dries it out. But also products that are gonna keep it frizz-free and help me blow dry it nice and straight so it blends in with my hair extensions, because there is nothing worse than being a curly haired girl with hair extensions when you go out and it's humid and you get the little cloud and you just have the little straight bits hanging down. That is not a moment. So I am very, very particular on the products that I use on my hair. These products that I'm about to show you, I have been using, I would say, for like 4 or 5 years now. And if I don't use them, I just really notice it in like the texture and the outcome of like my hair when I blow dry it. So first things first, we're gonna do shampoo and conditioner. The Kerastase resistance range. These and just any products in this range are so good. My hairdresser back in the UK, James, actually put me onto these because my hair was so damaged from just getting a little bit carried away with the bleach. He basically introduced me to these, and I really, really feel like they have helped. Since using these, I've not had breakage in my hair. Like, it has genuinely saved over the past year, and it has definitely grown as well, which is a really big thing because there's just a lot of damage being done to my hair at all times with like bleach and heat. So for it to grow is very, very impressive. So I use the shampoo. This is the shampoo. And then I don't actually use a conditioner. I just use a conditioning mask. It's just because it's so much stronger, and you don't ever really need to use a conditioner and a conditioning mask. You could just use the mask, which is what I've done for the past few years, and you really don't need a lot of this. A little bit goes such a long way. Then this spray, I think, out of all of the kind of high-end products I would use, not that this isn't high-end, but it's definitely one that's more affordable. This is definitely the best, and I only have a travel size one at the moment for where I move, but I need to basically get a bigger one sent over, and that is the Beauty Works 10-in-1 Miracle Spray. Let me tell you, this thing works miracles. This does so many things in one. So I'll get out of the shower, I'll lightly towel dry my hair, and then I'll spritz this all through it. The main thing that I notice is it keeps my hair frizz-free, and it's also a heat protectant, which is obviously important when you're straightening your hair nearly every other day like I do. But it just keeps my hair so silky and soft, and trust me, like I said, if I don't use it, I notice such a difference to like the texture of my hair and the way my hair blends into my hair extensions. Then aside from hair care, general hair products, and a hair product that I don't know how I ever lived without, and I get a lot of questions on this because I always slick my hair back for running. My hair, I wash it, I blow dry it nicely. It normally lasts about 2 to 3 hours before I eventually put this product in it, and it does kind of ruin it because once you've slicked it, you can't really unslick a hair unless you wash it. But that is the Way Matte Pomade. This stuff is the best. That's what I have in my hair at the moment. It is just so good. It keeps my hair slicked back for running, which is exactly what I need. I also don't really love wearing like the front of my hair down. I just always kind of have it either like this in a ponytail or completely like slicked back in a bun. I don't know why, I just feel like I don't really feel my most confident self when my hair is like in my face. So This gets used so much. I'm actually like halfway through my pot at the moment, but I just literally take like a fingernail scraping, rub it in my hands, slick it down, and then I will go through it with this. This and this are the best duo there ever was. There was literally hair hanging out that brush. That's disgusting. But this brush is just from Amazon. It's a back combing brush. This is how I get it super, super slicked. If you have a brush that has like the kind of sparse bristles, you're not going to get a nice slick. You really, really need a brush just like this. That is hair care done. Let's move over to skincare. The first product is one that I actually discussed last week, and it is this Summer Fridays lip balm. My friend Lucy got me hooked on this. I have never really been that much of like a lip balm girly. Like I just would pop a little bit of Vaseline on every now and then, like maybe every 7 days. Really wasn't very fussed about lip products. These have got me obsessed. Like these make me want to try more lip products, but I just don't feel like they're gonna get better than this. So I have the vanilla beige, and then I've got pink sugar. They just smell incredible. They make my lips so like dewy and just, oh, heavenly. Aside from these, the other product I'm obsessed with is another Summer Fridays product. I think I love their products so much because they're very like natural, they're all vegan, so I feel like good when I'm putting them on my skin. But again, I spoke about this last week, and it's the Summer Fridays jet lag mask. I got into this last year when I was in the US. I bought like a little tester and I was incredibly obsessed with it. It just hydrates my skin so well, and I've bought it in the past week because I really noticed that my skin was looking super dry. I think it's just from the changing climate. This has revitalized my skin like nothing ever has before. It just feels so great when it's on my skin, and also it's not caused any breakouts, which is a really big thing for me because normally moisturizers do just completely break my skin out, but it seems to be holding on pretty well, and it is super hydrated. It's just so thick, but like it's thick, but it doesn't feel thick on your skin for long. So like you put it on and it's like thick for like 30 seconds and then it's gone and you're just hydrated and glowy. It's so nice. Like I could not rave about this anymore. Now we're gonna go on to my eyelash duo. I have been using this eyelash duo for serums and to help my lashes grow for, it's gonna be about 5 years now. I have used these products religiously. I get LVL lashes, so that's kind of where they like almost perm them up. But my eyelash lady, Fiona in the UK, got me onto these because you really need to keep your lashes conditioned, but also you can use serums to help them grow so that when you have LVL, it makes them look longer. I was one of these people that used to think that eyelash serums were like duds. Like there was no way they actually made your eyelashes grow. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like how did they even do that? This eyelash serum keeps my eyelashes so long. If I don't use this for like 2 weeks, I will notice a huge difference in my lash length. And even if I'm not getting LVL lashes, just having like longer lashes kind of makes me feel a little bit more awake. So the lash serum is Nano Lash. I really hope I can get this in the US because I'm gonna have to get my mum to ship me some. If not, I use this, yeah, every single day, morning and evening. Then the lash conditioner is the Novo Lashes Lash and Brow Conditioning Serum. And again, if you're going away on holiday and you're getting LVL, or you're in the UK and somewhere and you're getting LVL, sometimes they can go a little bit crispy and they just get a bit like blended together. This just keeps them nice and healthy. Then finally for skincare, one of my favorite products, and this was like raved about, I think it was by Alex Earl on TikTok, and I definitely like fell into the trend of buying it because I just seen it everywhere. But these Drunk Elephant Bronzing Drops are insane. I don't personally really love putting my face in the sun. I try to keep it out of the sun. I always wear factor 50, so my face is just naturally a little bit paler compared to the rest of my body. And if I'm not wanting to put makeup on, I will just put a teeny tiny pump of these into my Summer Fridays moisturizer. Sometimes I get like a stippling brush and I'll just brush it all over, brush it a little bit down my neck, and it just gives you the nicest like glow, but like almost like a little bit of a tan, but you can wash it off at night. Now we're gonna move on to makeup. I will definitely say like I'm definitely not an MUA. I don't really do much with my makeup. I think my face probably looks the same every time I go out because I just prefer like a really kind of simple and like a bit more of a natural makeup look. I think whenever I try to do eyeshadows or anything like that, I just feel like it just looks a bit silly on me. So I basically just stick to the same things, but these are a few products that I use every single day that I am obsessed with. The first, and this is currently running on empty, and I honestly nearly had a bit of a meltdown this morning when I couldn't get ready with it, but I'm gonna go out and buy another one today, is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I mean, you can just see how like loved and scraped out this is. This stuff is so good. I use it either as just a complete base of my makeup. Say I'm going for a run and I don't want to put foundation on, this is what I will put on with a little bit of concealer, because it's so light, but it gives you a little bit of color, a little bit of glow, and a tiny bit of coverage. And I also really feel like it evens out my skin tone. The next product is one that, when I say my jaw dropped the first time I used this, and I will put this out there, this is an expensive product. It's definitely one that I use on special occasions just because it is more expensive, but it is definitely worth the investment and worth the hype that it has. And that is the Hourglass concealer. I believe it's called the Airbrush concealer. I use the shade Beach. Everything will be linked in the description box, so the name will be there, but this is honestly insane. I think it's called the Airbrush concealer because when I tell you, it literally airbrushes your whole face. It is absolutely magical, and any night out I'm on, you best believe I'm wearing this because I feel like it just keeps you looking so awake. So even if I'm tired in the club, Hourglass has got my back and I won't be looking tired. Next up, we have, again, another product that I've probably been using for, actually I think it's probably since it's come out. So since this company started, I have been on this hype and I have not jumped off of the train. I will remain on the train, I think, until the day I die, and that is the Refi Brow Sculpt. These are looking so tatty and so dirty, like there's not even the lids on these. You can just see how well loved they are, and I do actually need to order another one of these because mine is slowly running out and it's making me a little bit stressed. But these I use every single day. Even if I'm not putting makeup on, I will always have this brow sculpt in. I really like it, like scraped up brow. I feel like it just makes me personally look more awake and a little bit fresher. So if I'm going out but I don't want to put makeup on, this will still be on because I feel like I'm just not ready to go out. Like, you know how you put on your shoes before you leave the house? This is a shoe for me. Like, I have to put on my brow sculpt. Finally, we have a product that this will be a confession time. I did actually steal this from a friend. So my friend Rosie and me were going out once and she put this on and I was like, can I try that? She was like, of course you can. And she was like, I literally got it from Superdrug. And I was like, this is like the color I have been looking for my whole entire life. And I don't really like to wear a lot on my lips. I will wear literally a Summer Fridays gloss and a little bit of lip liner. I feel like lipstick just looks, I don't know, I always feel like lipstick makes me look like older and I don't really want to look older. Like, if anything, I want to look a little bit more youthful. Put like a lip care product on and then I will use this. This is, again, so well loved. Oh yeah, to finish the story, Rosie let me borrow it and I then put it in my bag and I have refused to ever give it back to her because I'm so obsessed with it. So Rosie, if you're watching this, I owe you a lip liner. I'm sorry, but thank you. I use this every single day. So it's from Maybelline and it's a Color Sensational, I'm really trying to read it because the colors are gone. Color Sensational lip liner in this shade, I think it's 630, but that's the like color and that's what I have on at the moment, literally just a tiny bit of that. I wear it every single day. If I'm going on a run, this will be on my lips. If I'm going to dinner, this will be on my lips. Like I said, I don't really change up my makeup that much. So if I love like a product, it's going to take me from day to night. The next three products that we're going to look at fall into the kind of like nutrition category. So proteins and some vitamins. These are from My Protein. You guys will probably know I've worked with My Protein for, oh my goodness, maybe 3-4 years now. They are the only protein brand I have ever worked with. They are the only protein brand I ever wanted to work with. I love them and their products so much. That is why we've had such an incredible long-term partnership and I just wouldn't go anywhere else for my protein or my products. So these ones I'm going to be talking through. I just wanted to make you aware that I do have a long-term partnership with the brand. The first up, and this will be no surprise to anyone, are the wafers. I eat one of these every single day, sometimes twice a day. And this is currently my only box that I have. The boxes in the US are different to the box in the UK. It really threw me. I love these for an abundance of reasons. Number one, they're just such a tasty snack. Like, who doesn't want to eat a chocolate wafer in the middle of the day? Number two, they have 15 grams of protein in. So if you struggle to hit your protein targets, having one of these can just really help and kind of aim you towards your target a little bit better. They just brighten up my day. Like, I actually love when I have a coffee and a wafer in the middle of the day. It's like an essential part of my day that I will plot in because it's like my little time where I'm like, right, I'm gonna go make a coffee, sit down, have a wafer, and then I'll crack on with what I need to do. But yeah, you guys already know that I love these so much because I feel like I just never shut the hell up about them. Then we have my favorite protein ever, and I'm very fussy when it comes to proteins and protein powders. I don't like the taste of protein. It has to blend nicely into my porridge or into a milkshake or into a shake or something like that, and this is definitely my favorite flavor I've ever tried. You guys probably will have seen when I was training for a marathon, I would have protein oats every day before I'd go for a run. I feel like it's the best meal for me before I do run. It gives me so much energy, and this is the protein that I would put in. So it's the chocolate brownie impact whey protein. Like I said, it's just so good, and it doesn't have that proteiny taste. It blends so nicely into my oats. Like, who wouldn't want to be eating chocolate brownie oats? in the morning. Then we have the My Vitamin Digestion Tablets. I have been taking these probably for about, I'm gonna go on a whim, 2 years now. This is gonna get a bit TMI, but we're just gonna crack into it anyway. I am somebody who suffers with, I don't know how to put this delicately, basically constipation. I basically go through periods where I just get extremely constipated. I don't know why, I just have been like that. It kind of runs in my family. It's just like a Brooks family thing. We've all kind of suffered with it. We're all going through it. But the only product I've ever noticed that has made a difference and made me, you know, a little bit more regular in the week is these. And I notice such a difference if I don't take them. If I go like a week or 2 weeks where I'm not taking them consistently, I will notice a difference. I just love them so much and I always rave about them. And I feel like I never really want to like put on my stories and be like, I love taking these because I'm a constipated girly. That isn't really something I want to put out there on the internet, but I feel like YouTube is a safe space, so I feel like it's fine for me to talk about that with you guys. We're on to the final category of the favorites. So these are going to be my running favorites. I feel like I actually have like 10, 100,000 running favorites, so I feel like to narrow it down to 3 was really difficult, but I'm gonna try. So first up, we have the Hilly anti-blister socks. These have saved my feet from blisters time and time again, and I feel like I'm actually just genuinely grateful that they exist and that they were made by Hilly. I've never really worn any other socks. I've kind of started to branch out and try some different brands, but these still will remain my favorites. The only reason I'm trying different brands is because you can get like cute, colorful ones. So I've been like loving dressing up my running outfits with colorful socks basically. But if I'm doing a long distance run, you best believe the colorful socks are staying in the drawer and we're going with the Hillies because I know that they will keep my feet nicely protected and blister free. Then we have running glasses. I get so many questions about the style of my running glasses. So my absolute favorites are these. These are the Oakley Raiders. Personally, I feel like the Oakley Raiders are the only sunglasses that actually look not silly on my face. I've tried a few different styles and I feel like these are just my absolute favorite, and I just love them so much. Like I feel like when I'm running, I pop these on and I'm in like sports mode. Like I just feel like I could just absolutely go for it. Oakley glasses are expensive, but I will say I've never had a problem with the quality, with them breaking, with anything like that. Like these are just such high quality that you're not going to need to keep buying them time and time again. I will also wear those if I'm on a run and it's not that sunny because I put them on top of my head and I feel like they just act as like a really good headband. So if it's windy, I'll probably have those on top of my head just to like hold my hair back. Then finally we have my running headphones that I actually only got onto last year, but now I feel like I will always stay with this brand just because of the kind of technicalities of them. And those are the Shocks open ear headphones. These were actually gifted. These are so good, and the reason why I love them is because I used to use the Beats over-ear headphones and I love those, but they were actually noise cancelling, and there's just a few different reasons why you shouldn't really have noise cancelling headphones when you're running. Number one being safety, especially as a female when you're out when you're running. This is going to sound really awful, but you need to be able to hear who's around you in case somebody say is like approaching you. If you're running out by yourself, it's just not really very safe to be wearing like noise cancelling headphones. You should just be aware at all times, and there would be many an occasion where I would just get completely lost in my headphones. Also, if you're running and you're crossing roads, you kind of need to be able to like hear cars. I'm quite bad at being in my own world and just like running across roads, but obviously if a car can like beep at you to be like, I'm coming, don't please run across the road, you need to be able to hear that. So with these, they're basically bone conducting, so you can hear your music but you can also hear everything around you. So I just love these because I think when you're doing like trail runs or you're out running, it's nice to kind of hear what's going on around you. I also used to get really bad earache with the noise cancelling headphones because I think they would just sit so far in your ears that when you're doing like a 35-kilometer run, it just makes your ears really, really ache, and they just get a bit like oversensitive. And with these, they don't sit in your ears, so this is what they look like. They basically pop on top of your ear and they just sit like on top, like just there. So they just play the music, and I think the way it works is I think it conducts the music through like the bone. It's really weird when you first start listening to them. It sounds like the music is like playing like all around you. It doesn't sound like it's like playing into your ears. Like the first time I did it, I was like, oh, my phone's playing it, and it wasn't. It was playing in my ear. That does conclude all of my favorites. These are, as I'm looking at them now lying on the floor, genuinely some of my favorite things in the world. And we can now jump into the 3 habits that I use and try to include in my everyday life. And these are things that I have really noticed have made like a massive difference to me personally. The first habit is weekly planning and organizing. Every single week without fail, I will sit down with my diary and work out exactly when I can do my workouts, exactly when I can do my run, what I'm doing socially and what I'm doing work-wise. Being organized is something that didn't used to come naturally to me, but it is something that genuinely saves me so much stress and so much time in the week. I like to think that I do get a lot done and I am a very productive person, and I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't sit down and plan everything, especially when it comes to running and workouts, and especially with motivation as well. I think it really helps. It gets you a little bit excited for your week. You're like, wow, like I'm actually going to kill it if I do all of this stuff this week. And then when you do complete that, it's so motivational, and you can look back in your planner and be like, I've had such a busy week, but I've still done my 3 runs, I've still done my 3 workouts, and it just helps you feel really good when you're like going down and like ticking them all off. The next one is a strict bedtime and wake up schedule. This was something that I started to implement last year, and I genuinely had to like mother myself, because I would just be working or doing things on my phone really late in the evening, which meant that then when I was getting into bed, it was like 11:30. I couldn't switch off. I was then trying to wake up really early to go for runs, to get workouts in, and I just felt like crap. And I am a morning person. That is why I still would wake up early. I'm one of these people that if I sleep in even to like 8 a.m, I really feel like I've like not utilized my day, and that is not the truth of the matter. That is just how I feel about it, and I'm just a little bit tightly wound in that way. So even if I'm going to bed at midnight, I'm still going to be trying to wake up at 6 a.m, and my sleep schedule was just a mess. It was awful. I felt really rubbish. I wasn't able to kind of dedicate myself to my workout. It has such a knock-on effect, and I think sleep is genuinely one of the most important factors and things to get right in life, because if you're tired, it affects everything. I had this little realization last year, and I was like, I think I just need to baby myself. Like, I think I need to put myself to bed at 9 p.m, because I know I will have my like half an hour of screen time, and then it usually takes me about like 15 minutes to kind of fall asleep. So usually I'm asleep by 10 p.m. It might feel silly, like treating yourself like a baby, but sometimes you just need to, and I promise you it will definitely help. And this final one, again, like I'm not reinventing the wheel here. These are just things that really help me, is taking time with my skincare. And this is something that, again, I've only really got into over the past few months. I never really used to care about my skin, but I think this comes off the back of having a bit of a skin flare up. When I had that skin flare up, I kind of was enforced into spending more time on my skincare regime. So I would be taking like 20 minutes in the evening, 20 minutes in the morning to like wash my face, tone my face, moisturize, all of those kind of things. And I actually really started to notice how like nice those times were, and I stopped rushing through them. And I think actually taking, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's 10 minutes, that is a little pocket of time in your day that you're using to just look after yourself. And it's just that period of time where you can just dedicate it to self-love, and I think that is so good for our mentality and our well-being throughout a day. So that does conclude this week's video of favorites, and just 3 of my favorite habits at the moment as well that I love to include. Like I said, these are products that I absolutely love, and I feel like I want to do one of these like maybe every year and see if it changes, because I feel like I said, some of these products have been my ride or dies for like the past 5 years. So we're probably gonna be sat in the same spot talking about the same products this time next year, maybe with a few new additions, a few little fun things. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this and that you've had a little bit of inspiration if you kind of feel stuck in a rut with your products at the moment, or with like lifestyle and you just wanted some tips and tricks to help push you in a more positive direction. But thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I can't wait for next week. We're gonna do another vlog next week, so I'll catch you guys up on life, my apartment, I'll have some new furniture, all of those kind of things. So yeah, can't wait, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.